Hey there, improv tippers. Well, I have a fantastic guest improv tipper for you today. And I say fantastic, and I say wonderful. One of my absolute favorite improvisers, hands down, Ed Herbstman. I've known Ed since, I feel like, forever. When I was in Chicago, I was at Northwestern University completing my master's degree in theater. That turned out great. And I had the opportunity to direct the Meow Show, which is the improv show there at Northwestern. And Ed was one of the guys who came in and auditioned. And even from his audition, from the very beginning, I was just absolutely blown away. Ed had been improvising since he was a teenager, and he was, I guess, in the very shank of his 20s at the time, and it was great. He was just hilarious, just naturally hilarious, and so great and knowledgeable, and just such a great partner in the endeavor of putting together a college improv / sketch show. I will also always be eternally indebted to Ed, for he was the one who said, you have to come to this place called the Improv Olympic, now the IO, and that's how I got to the IO. Honestly, I had moved to Chicago initially to study at Second City, and I did that before I directed Meow, and then afterwards, from working with Ed, he's like, you got to come and see this, and I was blown away by the whole thing, and I really do credit that to Ed. We went on to be on a team together in Chicago. It was called The Tribe, and then we renamed the team Bitter Noah, and he was one of the people that came out and helped me start the IO West out here years ago, and we just worked together for, oh my gosh, maybe 6 or 8 years, something like that, quite a few years, and we're still friends today, although we don't get to see each other nearly as much since he is in New York and I am in LA. The guy's the real deal. He just is on fire for improv since the day I met him, and even now, sort of catching up with him just a little while ago, taping this tip, just still loves it, and you could do worse than to listen and take advice from Ed Herbstman about improv. So with all my heart, I invite you to please sit back, relax, and enjoy Ed Herbstman.
Oh, hello there. Thanks for that wonderful intro, Paul Vaillancourt. Oops. I'm Ed Herbstman, and I'm in New York City right now at the Magnet Training Center, and I have an improv tip for you. Thanks for inviting me to do this, Paul. My tip regards subtext, and it's something that as an actor going through actor training, you work really hard to understand in terms of what your character is trying to communicate or trying to avoid communicating. And I'm interested lately in thinking about what's going unsaid and what the motivations are behind what somebody is saying, especially at the top of a scene. And I introduce this to you as an experiment. Go ahead and use subtext at the top of the scene, and it's very simple. You basically do kind of what a politician does. You don't answer the person's question, you answer the question you wish they asked. Little modification to that as an actor, you don't necessarily respond to what they say, but maybe respond to why they said it or what they're angling at. What is the unsaid thing? And you don't necessarily have to respond directly to it, but adjacent to it. So if somebody says something at the top of the scene that seems innocuous or small or is what you might consider a soft offer, not a hard premise, something simple, it's like, oh, you're late. Or even more innocuous, like, hey, what time is it? You might think they're not really asking, you might be thrown into a state of confusion, like, who would ask someone else this time, and who am I supposed to be, or who does she think I am that I'm someone who knows the time? You don't have to worry about that who, what, where, all that stuff. You just allow for an assumption, a big assumption, of why would they be asking you what time it is. And maybe the subtext of what time is it is what they're really saying is, I'm frustrated that I'm being made to wait. What time is it? Oh, I'm frustrated. Instead of them saying, I'm frustrated that I'm being made to wait, because people don't talk that way in real life. You kind of want to avoid in an improv scene talking in a way you wouldn't normally talk. So people don't say, I'm really mad at you. They do that in improv scenes, but it's better to say the thing the person would really say is like, what time is it? but maybe what they're really saying in subtext is, I'm frustrated you've made me wait, or somebody's made me wait. So if somebody says to you, what time is it? You could think, what are they really saying? What are they not communicating, and why are they not saying it that way? You can assume if it's, I'm frustrated I'm being made to wait, you can reply with, yeah, this is frustrating. You say, what time is it? Yeah, this is frustrating. And then it's incumbent upon them to respond to that. Maybe they're like, 10 minutes. That's the real slap in the face. And they hadn't planned to feel frustrated by what time is it. Maybe they really were like, I can't wait to do this thing in 10 minutes. What time is it? Because I can't wait. Maybe you reply with that. What time is it? Yeah, I can't wait either. You don't have to answer their question. And what it does is sort of propels you forward into a relationship that's a little bit deeper and that allows for sort of a more limitless view of what's going on here. You don't have to define everything right away about who, what, and where, because you can discover your who, what, and where and the circumstances through the subtext of what's going on between you. And you can even play the subtext even longer throughout the scene until you discover what's going on. And then it really feels organic because the who, what, and where was generated from the real relationship between two people rather than invented, and then you try to backfill it with subtext, with behavior, with acting, with reasons or justifications. It's like, start with the reasons you feel this way without saying what the reasons are. You are revealing everything through behavior. That's my improv tip. And it's really fun. I encourage you to experiment with it and do it in your daily life, but don't get too obsessed with it because you'll become paranoid that everybody has a hidden subtext and what they're really saying is they're going to kill you. Beep. Oh, I got a notification of an email. I gotta go, guys.
Hey, thanks for checking out the video. Please leave me a comment down below and tell me what you would like to hear an improv tip about. And also, please subscribe and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. All the links are in the description down below. Thanks.